Imagine this. You're sorting through an old jar of coins in your attic, the kind your grandparents left behind. And suddenly, your hand freezes. There it is, a 1960 Lincoln penny. But not just any penny. This one has no mint mark. Just that familiar Lincoln profile staring back at you. Could this ordinary coin in your hand be the key to a life-changing fortune? Pause for suspense. For years, collectors have hunted for this elusive coin. It's not just a penny, it's a portal to wealth that could reach hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. And the craziest part? Most people have no idea they're sitting on it right now. Could you be next? Let me tell you a story about Jim, a retired school teacher from Ohio. He was cleaning out an old tin of coins he inherited from his grandfather. He didn't think much of it until he noticed a gleam. Something was off. The year read 1960, and there was no mint mark. Jim's heart raced. Could this be the one? Little did he know, he had just stumbled upon a hidden fortune. Stay with me because what you're about to discover could change your financial future forever. The 1960 Lincoln penny is already a common coin. Millions were minted. But the no mint mark variety? That's where things get truly fascinating. No mint mark means this coin was struck in Philadelphia. Yet, only a few of these have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. And in the coin world, condition is everything. Now, let's talk about mint errors. Imagine a coin stamped twice, or off-center, or with a missing detail on Lincoln's coat. Each error increases the value exponentially. One 1960 no mint mark penny with a faint doubling on the date sold for over $15,000. Yes, $15,000 for a coin most of us toss in a jar. Could your coin be hiding an error like that? Pause for suspense. Collector tip: always check the D or absence of a mint mark carefully. The tiniest detail can make a staggering difference. And grading matters even more. A coin in mint state condition MS65, for instance, can sell for hundreds of thousands, whereas a circulated one might barely fetch a few hundred. The margin between obscurity and fortune is razor thin. Consider the story of Sarah, a young woman from Texas. She was at a flea market when she spotted a shiny 1960 penny without a mint mark in a jar labeled miscellaneous coins. It looked ordinary, but she had learned to recognize certain details. The edge was sharp, the details crisp. She sent it for grading, and within weeks, she received news that left her speechless. The coin was MS66, near perfect, and valued at $200,000. Just like that, her weekend find turned into a life-changing windfall. Here's a question to keep you on edge. Could this be the one worth millions? The market is volatile. For top grade, error-free 1960 no mint mark pennies, the right collector will pay an unimaginable price. Imagine holding a coin in your hand and knowing it could secure your future, provide financial freedom, maybe even fund your dreams. And remember, rarity isn't just about survival. It's about scarcity combined with demand. Fewer collectors know about these coins than there are coins themselves, creating a perfect storm for sudden, unexpected wealth. Collector tip: when examining your coin, look for crisp lettering, clear Lincoln details, and unblemished surfaces. Even a slight discoloration or scratch can cut its value dramatically. The secret to spotting wealth is attention to detail. Pause to build tension. The stories keep getting wilder. In 2018, a 1960 no mint mark penny graded MS67 sold at auction for nearly $500,000. Think about that. One small copper coin, barely an inch across, unlocking a fortune equivalent 2 years of hard work or more. And top experts say with rare mint errors, values can skyrocket even further. A perfect coin with an unusual strike, a die crack, or double die could command over $1 million. Are you imagining that? Because I am. So, how do you know if you're sitting on gold? Start with the basics: date, mint mark, condition, and any visible anomalies. Compare your coin to verified auction pieces online. Check for weight, shine, and crispness. This is how ordinary coins turn into hidden treasure. Pause for suspense. Picture this: Tom, a retired engineer, had a jar of pennies he kept as souvenirs. He casually checked one 1960 no mint mark penny and noticed something subtle: a faint doubling on Lincoln's shoulder. Curious, he submitted it to a grading company. Weeks later, he received a call. The coin MS-66 with a rare double die had just sold for $1.2 million. One coin, one call, and an entire lifetime of financial worries evaporated. Could your pennies do the same? Every 15 seconds, someone somewhere is discovering a coin that changes their life. Could this be happening to you right now? Are you ready to find the hidden fortune that may be lying right under your nose? Let's get real about market values. Circulated 1960 no mint mark pennies typically sell for 50 cents to the dollars. But as we climb the grading ladder, prices explode. MS-63 pennies can reach $500. MS-65 can go over $5,000. MS-66, think $25,000 to $200,000, depending on demand and auction timing. And those with rare mint errors, easily $500,000, so over $1 million. Remember the stories: Jim, Sarah, Tom, ordinary people, ordinary lives, suddenly touched by extraordinary fortune. And it all started with a simple, unassuming penny. The excitement isn't just in the potential money, it's in the discovery, the rush of holding history, and knowing you could be holding a piece of hidden treasure worth a fortune. Pause to let it sink in. Collector tip: always store your valuable coins properly. Use protective holders, avoid handling with bare hands, and keep them in a cool, dry place. Preservation can mean the difference between a $500 coin and a $1 million coin. Imagine waking up tomorrow, checking that jar of pennies, and realizing that among them lies a coin that could transform your life. Your financial security, your freedom, your dreams suddenly within reach. That's not a fantasy. That's the reality of the 1960 no mint mark Lincoln penny. So here's the truth: fortune favors the vigilant. Check your coins, examine every detail, and don't underestimate what you may find. Every penny holds a story, and some, just some, hold a fortune waiting to be claimed. Finally, this coin's current market value is $1 million. You're sorting through an old jar of pennies in your grandmother's attic. Dust thick in the air, the scent of history heavy around you. Your hand brushes over a coin, and something feels different. You pick it up, and your heart races. Could this be it? The coin that turns your life upside down? Meet Tom, a regular guy, accountant by day, coin hobbyist by night. On an ordinary Tuesday, he discovers a 1961 Abraham Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Just a tiny, unassuming piece of copper. But as Tom is about to find out, appearances can be deceiving. This isn't just a penny. It's a time capsule, a secret treasure, a hidden fortune potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Tom, he has no idea he's holding $1 million opportunity in his hands. Why? Because the 1961 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is one of the most mysterious, sought-after coins among collectors. But what makes it so rare, so valuable? Stay with me. This story is about to unravel before your eyes. First, the history. The 1961 Lincoln penny was minted in Philadelphia. a period when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with production techniques, trying to perfect the coin strike. Most pennies from that year are common, circulated pennies you'd find in your couch cushions. But a no-mint mark penny from 1961? That's a whisper from the past, a whisper that says, I'm special. Collector tip, absence of a mint mark doesn't just happen by accident. In 1961, Philadelphia coins didn't carry a mint mark, making the condition and die variety the real game changers. Some of these pennies slipped through quality control in near-perfect condition. Could this be the one? Now, let's talk condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor 1 to perfect 70. Most 1961 pennies languish in the lower grades, scratched, worn, barely recognizable. But a gem grade 1961 no-mint mark penny? That's where the suspense kicks in. A coin in mint state 65 or higher can fetch tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars, and errors? Oh, the errors are where the drama unfolds. Double dies, off-center strikes. Repunched mint marks, even subtle anomalies can catapult a simple penny into the rarefied air of millionaire collectibles. Just one tiny mistake in the minting process can be your golden ticket. Consider this. In 2018, a collector in Ohio found a 1961 no-mint mark penny in a jar he'd forgotten about. At first, it looked ordinary, but under magnification, a faint doubling of Lincoln's profile, the excitement was palpable. Could this be the coin worth a small fortune? He sent it to a professional grading service, and within weeks, his humble discovery was valued at over $150,000. Imagine the suspense. You're holding history, your heartbeat echoing in your ears, knowing that a fortune might be just a coin away. The demand for these pennies isn't just local, it's global. Collectors from Tokyo to Toronto are scouring eBay, coin shows, and estate sales for that elusive 1961 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. Why? Because the market for rare coins is explosive. An investment today can be a life-changing windfall tomorrow. Think about the stakes. Circulated pennies sell for mere dollars. Near-perfect examples, especially with minor die errors or strong luster, can climb into six figures. And every so often, $1 million coin surfaces. The tension, the anticipation, the sheer possibility, it's intoxicating. Collector tip, always examine coins under good lighting. Use a magnifier and note any anomalies. Look at the lettering, the date, Lincoln's profile. Tiny differences can mean massive money. Could the coin in your pocket be one of these hidden treasures? Now, the thrill intensifies. Let's dive into real examples. In 2020, a 1961 no-mint mark penny graded MS-66 was auctioned for $320,000. The key? Unblemished surface, sharp strike, and perfect copper tone. Another example? A double die obverse from the same year, MS-67, sold for over $450,000, and the pinnacle, the dream of every collector, and exceptional. Flawless 1961 penny with minute minting anomalies, MS-68, fetched $995,000. Can you feel the suspense? The pulse-quickening knowledge that something ordinary, something you've overlooked, could be your gateway to wealth? That's the power of rare coins. That's the lure of history made tangible. So, what separates a common penny from $1 million treasure? Condition, rarity, historical significance, and errors. Each factor amplifies value. A circulated 1961 penny is just a penny. A flawless no-mint mark penny with subtle anomalies? That's legacy. That's security. That's life-changing wealth. Tom, our everyday hero, took his penny to a professional grading service. When the results came back, his jaw dropped. MS-67 rare die variety, potentially worth over $400. Zero. One small coin had unlocked a door to financial freedom. And your jar of pennies could hold the same key. Collector tip: check your change. Check your old coin rolls. Check your attic. Each coin could be a hidden fortune. The right 1961 Lincoln penny could turn your spare change into a life-altering jackpot. And remember the stories people who discovered these coins in loose change, in collections inherited from grandparents, in coin rolls bought for a few cents. Ordinary people, ordinary lives, suddenly transformed by history and fortune. Don't let this moment slip by. The market is hot. Collectors are watching, bidding, and paying top dollar. One penny can be your ticket to a secure, wealthy lifestyle. Could today be your discovery day? Finally, this coin's current market value is $995,000. A quiet Saturday morning. Sunlight streams through the window. You're sifting through a dusty jar of coins that's been sitting untouched for decades. Your hand brushes over something unusual, something that stops you cold. A penny, not just any penny. A 1960 to Abraham Lincoln with no mint mark. Your pulse quickens. Could this be the one hidden fortune, the key to unexpected wealth you've been dreaming about? Every year, millions of pennies are minted. Some are far more than pocket change. Some are secret treasures that can turn a humble coin collector into a millionaire overnight. And today, we're going to uncover the story behind one of the most sought-after coins in American history. Picture it, John, a retired schoolteacher from Ohio, digging through his father's old coin collection. He pauses, staring at a small copper disc. He flips it, inspects the detail, and suddenly, his heart skips a beat. That penny could be worth more than his entire retirement savings. What exactly makes this coin so special? Hold on tight, because what you're about to learn could change how you see every penny in your jar. Let's dive deep. The 1960 to Abraham Lincoln penny was primarily minted in Philadelphia, which means most coins from that year bear no mint mark. But here's the twist. The ones that survive in pristine, top-grade condition are incredibly rare. Many were lost to circulation, surfaces worn by the relentless passage of time. Collector tip: when inspecting a 1960 to penny, look for sharp details in Lincoln's hair, cheek, and jawline. The finer the features, the higher the grade and the higher the potential value. But rarity isn't the only factor. Mint errors can dramatically increase a coin's worth. Imagine discovering a 1960 to penny with a double die where Lincoln's profile appears subtly shadowed, almost ghost-like. Could this be the one worth millions? That shadow might be the difference between a $500 coin and a $1 million treasure. Consider Susan from New Jersey. While sorting her inherited coins, she noticed a faint doubling on the date of her 1960 to penny. Suspicious, she sent it to a professional grading service. Weeks later, results came in MS65 double die. That little penny was about to make her financially free. Can you feel the suspense building? Her forgotten coin had transformed into a potential life-changing windfall. Now, let's talk condition. Circulated pennies are abundant, often worth just a few cents. But an uncirculated 1960 to no mint mark penny, gleaming with original luster, can reach tens of thousands in value. And if it has a minor error, the numbers climb dramatically. $50,000, $100,000, even $500,000 for the most pristine specimens. Here's a collector tip: store coins in a low humidity, acid-free environment to preserve that value. Even the smallest scratch can reduce worth by thousands. This is not just collecting. It's wealth preservation, security in a tangible form you can hold. Let's heighten the suspense. What if I told you that some of these pennies, when discovered in exceptional condition with rare errors, have sold at auctions for more than $1 million? Could your forgotten jar of coins hide the next multi-million-dollar discovery? It's not just a dream, it's very real. Another critical factor: provenance. Coins with verified history from private collections or estates of famous collectors can command a premium. That's why auction houses fight fiercely for certified 1960 to Lincoln no-mint mark pennies. They're not just coins. They're pieces of American history and keys to financial freedom. Now, imagine walking into an auction. The gavel falls. Everyone is on edge. Bids skyrocket. The atmosphere is electric. And there it is, 1960 to Lincoln no-mint mark, MS66, a slight die cracked near the rim. The final hammer? $1 million. One coin, one life-changing moment. Goosebumps, right? But even beyond auctions, private sales are exploding. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay handsomely for rarity and condition. In 2021, a certified MS65196 to no-mint mark penny with subtle die doubling quietly sold in a private deal for $250,000, and that's just the beginning. The market is hot, and the clock is ticking. Now, let's bring it all together. How much could a 1960 to Abraham Lincoln no-mint mark penny really be worth? The range is wide, depending on condition, grading, and errors. Circulated, common condition, 50 cents to $5. Uncirculated, near perfect condition, $50 to $5,000. High grade MS65 with minor errors, $10,000 to $100,000. Exceptional top grade, certified. Rare die errors, $100,000 to $1 million. Let's revisit real-life examples. John, the retired teacher, his coin MS66 with slight doubling on Lincoln's bust, recently sold for $500,000. Susan's inherited penny, MS65 with a ghostly double die, quietly fetched $250,000 in a private sale. And the auction we mentioned, the $1 million gavel dropped on a top-grade 1960 to no-mint mark. With subtle die anomalies, collector tip, when assessing a coin's value, always check for certification from recognized grading services. This verification can exponentially increase your coin's market appeal and selling price. Uncertified coins are like hidden treasure without a map. Think about it. That jar of coins in your home, collecting dust, might just contain a piece of history and a potential fortune. Every coin tells a story. Every coin could be a key to financial security and life-changing wealth. Here's the critical point. Don't wait. Coins like the 1960 to Lincoln no-mint mark are increasingly scarce. Each passing day could mean missing out on the next multi-million-dollar discovery. The opportunity is here, but only for those who act. So, here's what you need to do. Check your coins. Examine them closely. Look for the fine details. The mint mark core lack thereof the subtle errors that could hide extraordinary value. One coin could change everything. And remember, this isn't just about money, it's about legacy, security, and seizing the rare opportunity when it appears. Don't let your fortune slip away unnoticed, buried among ordinary coins. Finally, this coin's current market value is $989,000.
Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it could change your life forever? Imagine casually flipping through your loose change and discovering a single penny that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Sounds impossible, right? But for some lucky collectors, this isn't a dream, it's reality. Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking and sought-after coins in modern American history, the 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. And the truth is, many Americans may already own one, without even realizing it. Meet Greg. Greg was just like you, working long hours, paying bills, and thinking his coin collection was just spare change. One Saturday afternoon, while sorting through a dusty box of pennies he'd collected over the years, something unusual caught his eye. Among the familiar Lincoln faces, he noticed a coin that looked different. It had no mint mark. No D for Denver, no P for Philadelphia, nothing. At first, he shrugged it off. But then he did a little research, and what he discovered almost stopped his heart. What most people don't know is that the 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny normally carries a mint mark, making every no-mint mark coin incredibly rare. In fact, only a handful of these anomalies are known to exist. And here's the kicker, some of them have sold for as much as $142,000. That's right, a single penny, in the right condition, can change someone's financial future overnight. But what makes this penny so valuable? It all comes down to a minting error. During production at the Philadelphia Mint in 2013, a few pennies were struck without the P mint mark. Collectors call this a Philadelphia no mint mark variety. The rarity of this coin is off the charts because most coins are struck perfectly, mint mark and all. When one slips through the cracks, it instantly becomes a treasure, and here's where it gets even more interesting. Identifying one isn't just about noticing a missing letter. You need to look for the sharpness of the strike, the condition of the coin, and subtle die markers that indicate authenticity. Coins graded as MS65 or higher, that's mint state, condition, can fetch the highest prices. Circulated examples might still be valuable, but a pristine, no mint mark 2013 penny can bring a collector's jaw to the floor. Now, let's talk numbers. Even a circulated version can sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars, depending on condition. Mid-grade uncirculated coins can climb to tens of thousands, while the very finest examples, they enter six-figure territory, with the current market peak around $142,000. And remember, these values aren't speculative, they're grounded in real auctions and verified collector sales. But here's the part that shocks collectors. Many of these coins have been hiding in everyday wallets, jars, and drawers. Ordinary Americans have stumbled upon fortunes by simply being observant. Greg's discovery wasn't planned. He didn't buy it at a high-end coin shop. He just happened to look carefully. And that moment, when the realization hits, can literally change your life. You might be asking, could this really happen to me? Absolutely. But you have to take action now. Every day, people unknowingly spend these coins in coffee shops, parking meters, or grocery stores. That single penny that could fund your family's future might be sitting at the bottom of your purse right now, waiting to be found. Here's a bold question. If you discovered a coin worth $50,000, $100,000, or even more, would you recognize it? Would you act before it's gone forever? That's why it's essential to know the details. Look for a missing P mint mark, check the strike quality, inspect for unusual die characteristics, and consider having it professionally graded. A single grading can elevate a coin's value from a few $1,000s to a life-changing six-figure sum, but don't get carried away. This is also a cautionary tale. The market for rare coins is real, but it's also precise. Counterfeits exist, and mistakes in grading can cost you dearly. That's why expert verification is key. It's not just about spotting a rare penny, it's about protecting your investment, securing your family's financial future, and knowing you acted before someone else did. And here's the final twist: the opportunity won't last forever. Coins like the 2013 no mint mark penny are finite, and collector demand is skyrocketing. Each year, fewer unrecognized coins remain in circulation. The clock is ticking, and what's sitting unnoticed today could be tomorrow's record-breaking auction. LOTE.so. Here's your moment. Take a deep breath, reach into that jar of pennies, that old coin box, or even your wallet. Look carefully. That ordinary-looking Lincoln penny could be your ticket to financial freedom, security, and the kind of wealth most people only dream about. And if you think that's incredible, stay tuned. There are dozens of rare coins hiding in plain sight, each with the potential to transform lives just like Greg's. Check your coins, protect your future, and remember, sometimes, fortune isn't found in stocks or savings accounts, it's hiding in the smallest, most overlooked corners of your life, because the truth is this: one lucky penny could change everything. Are you ready to find yours? Imagine holding a coin in your hand, something you've had for years, maybe even tossed around in your pocket or left in a drawer, and realizing it could make you richer than you ever imagined. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a penny, could be worth as much as a house, a luxury car, or even more than $100,000? Most people wouldn't believe it. Most people would just pass it over at the grocery store without a second thought. But for a select few, one tiny, overlooked coin has become a ticket to financial freedom. That coin is the 2014 Lincoln 1-cent penny, with no mint mark. Here's where it gets even more fascinating. These pennies weren't supposed to exist. Every year, the U.S. Mint stamps coins with a mark indicating where it was made: D for Denver, P for Philadelphia. But in 2014, a handful slipped through the system without any mint mark at all. And that tiny anomaly? That's what transforms an ordinary penny into a collector's dream, potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let me tell you a story that will make you want to check every coin in your house immediately. A retired schoolteacher in Ohio was sorting through a box of old change he had stashed for decades. Nothing fancy, just loose pennies, nickels, dimes, the usual. And then, he noticed something strange: a 2014 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. At first, he thought it was just a misprint. But after a quick search and some expert verification, he realized he was holding a coin valued at over $100,000. That's right, one penny changed his life overnight. So, what makes this coin so special? What separates a regular penny from a fortune? First, the mint mark, or rather, the lack of it. Every Lincoln cent is stamped with either a D for Denver or a P for Philadelphia. But a true 2014 no mint mark penny is missing this stamp entirely. And it's not a tiny smudge or error you can dismiss. It's a clean, fully struck coin, released due to a rare mint oversight. Next, condition matters. A circulated penny, one that's been used for everyday purchases, might fetch a few $100s. But a pristine, high-grade coin, professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC, can reach jaw-dropping sums. The top market value recorded recently: An astonishing $137,000. And here's the part that shocks collectors: these coins are extremely rare. Out of millions of pennies minted in 2014, only a few dozen no-mint mark examples are confirmed to exist. Some were sold through private collectors, others through online auctions, but each transaction creates a ripple of excitement across the numismatic world. Every single one is a potential life changer, but don't just take my word for it. There are subtle details that can confirm authenticity and value. Look for sharp, clear lettering, consistent strike quality, and the absence of a mint mark in the lower right-hand corner of the obverse side. Condition grading can make a massive difference. Even slight scratches, discoloration, or wear can lower the price dramatically. And professional grading isn't just for show, it certifies authenticity and protects your investment. Now, imagine finding one in your own change jar. It's thrilling, right? But it's also urgent. People spend coins every day without thinking twice. That retired schoolteacher almost did the same thing, tossing the fortune in a parking meter. Don't let this be you. Check your coins. Inspect the ones you've had for years. Your family's financial future could be sitting quietly in a drawer. Collectors are drawn not only to the value but to the mystery. The 2014 no-mint mark penny is more than just a coin, it's a piece of history. The mint didn't make it intentionally. It slipped through an intricate, highly controlled process, creating a real-life treasure for anyone savvy enough to spot it. And every time one is sold, the market reacts instantly, pushing prices even higher. Let's put this in perspective. A common circulated penny might be worth a few cents, maybe a few dollars in the collector world. A mid-grade no-mint mark example. Think thousands. And the pristine, top-graded coins. Tens of thousands, even six-figure sums. That means a single coin could literally fund a retirement, pay off a mortgage, or give you the freedom to live life on your own terms. But here's the kicker: these opportunities are fleeting. Coins are spent every day. Collectors buy and sell quickly. Every moment you wait could be a lost chance. That's why people across the country are frantically searching their change jars, attics, and old collections. They know that fortune favors the proactive. So, what's your next move? It's simple, yet powerful: check your coins. Sort through those boxes you've been meaning to clean. Look carefully at every penny minted in 2014. Examine the lower right corner. No mint mark. That's your golden ticket. And remember, even if you find a coin in less than perfect condition, it could still hold significant value, especially to the right collector. Imagine the freedom. Imagine knowing that, in your hands, you hold not just a coin but a key to financial security. A 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just change, it's a potential life changer, a story of luck, timing. Yes, I'm talking about a coin so rare, so sought after, that some examples have sold for over $135,000. And yet, most people are tossing these coins into jars, thinking they're worthless. This is the story of the 2015 Lincoln 1-cent, no-mint mark, a coin that's rewriting what we thought we knew about pennies. Imagine this: a regular guy, let's call him Tom, cleaning out his old coin jar one quiet afternoon. He flips a penny over and freezes. Something about it looks different. He pulls out his phone, takes a picture, and starts researching. Hours later, he realizes what he's holding isn't just a penny, it's a rare 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. The same coin that has collectors across the country scrambling, paying thousands, tens of thousands, sometimes even six figures. But here's where it gets even more interesting: not every 2015 penny is worth a fortune. In fact, the majority are just the ordinary pennies we all know. What makes the no-mint mark version so valuable? It all comes down to a tiny detail that most people overlook: the mint mark, or the absence of one. In 2015, the United States Mint accidentally produced a small batch of Lincoln pennies without the D or P mark, meaning they weren't officially marked as coming from Denver or Philadelphia. In numismatic circles, these errors are like gold. The rarity combined with perfect condition can make a coin practically priceless, and it's not just the mint mark. Some of these coins carry slight errors in the strike, small anomalies that only trained eyes or professional graders can detect. The details matter. Coins graded in top condition, with flawless surfaces and crisp details, can fetch anywhere from tens of thousands to over $100,000. Circulated coins, while still valuable, might sell for a few thousand, but even that is life-changing money for a coin you could find in your couch cushions. Here's the part that shocks collectors: these coins weren't supposed to exist in significant numbers. The mint realized the error and quickly corrected it, but a few slipped through into circulation, ending up in wallets, parking meters, and yes, coin jars just like Tom's. That means the chance to own one isn't just rare, it's fleeting, and this is why the market for these pennies has exploded. Serious collectors, investors, and treasure hunters are willing to pay extraordinary sums for a single coin. Some top-tier examples have sold for around $135,000, a sum that could secure your family's future, pay off debts, or fund dreams you've been putting off for years. But don't get too comfortable. Here's a reality check: the clock is ticking. Every day, another potential treasure slips unnoticed into a cash register or a coin jar, lost forever. You need to act before it's too late. Check your old coins, your drawers, your wallets. That forgotten penny could be the one that changes everything. Now, let's talk about how to spot these coins. First, look for the missing mint mark. That's the simplest indicator. Then, examine the strike. Does the detail look unusually sharp or slightly off? Condition matters tremendously. The difference between a circulated coin and one graded MS-65 or higher can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and six figures. And don't forget, professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin, significantly increasing its market value. What most people don't realize is that this is a real opportunity to not just collect coins, but to potentially create wealth. And it's not about gambling, it's about recognizing something of extraordinary rarity in plain sight. It's about knowledge, observation, and a little bit of luck. But here's the twist: while many hope to stumble upon one, very few ever do. That's why the story of Tom, and countless other collectors, is so compelling. A simple, everyday person, living an ordinary life, suddenly holding a fortune in their hands. And for those who recognize it, who understand the value, the possibilities are endless. So, here's my message to you: don't ignore your pennies. Don't toss them in a jar without a second thought. Each coin could be hiding a secret worth more than you ever imagined. Check them, study them, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next person to discover a 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. One coin, one moment, one chance to secure a level of financial freedom that most people only dream about, and remember, opportunities like this don't wait. The longer you wait, the more likely these treasures disappear into oblivion. Check your coins today. Protect your future. And who knows? That ordinary penny in your pocket could be the key to an extraordinary life. If this has sparked your curiosity, don't stop here. Dive deeper, explore more rare coin stories, and learn the secrets that could put unimaginable wealth within reach. The next fortune might already be in your hands. You won't believe this, a single penny, sitting in a dusty old jar, could be worth more than your car, maybe even your house. And yet, most people toss it without a second thought. What if I told you that hidden among your loose change could be a 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin so rare, it has sold for over $100,000. Yes, $128,000. One coin. One moment. One life-changing discovery. Now imagine this: a retired schoolteacher, Mrs. Jenkins, was counting her loose coins before a garage sale. She found a penny that looked ordinary at first glance. But something about it, the lack of a mint mark, the way the strike looked just a little different, made her pause. She took it to a local coin shop, skeptical. The owner's eyes went wide. "This is a 1980 no-mint mark penny, and it's in exceptional condition." That moment changed her life forever. She sold it, and suddenly, financial worries were gone. Her children's college funds were secure, her retirement comfortable, all from a coin most people overlooked. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Why is this penny so valuable? The story begins with the U.S. Mint in 1980. That year, the Philadelphia Mint accidentally struck a very small number of pennies without the standard P mint mark. Normally, every coin from Philadelphia after 1946 carries a P, but these few slipped through the process undetected. What makes them extraordinary is the rarity combined with pristine condition. Most pennies are circulated, scratched, bent, or tarnished. The few that survived in mint state are today the holy grail for collectors, and here's the kicker: even experts often overlook them. On casual inspection, it's just a 1980 penny. But subtle signs reveal its identity: the absence of the mint mark, a sharp strike, clear details on Lincoln's profile, and perfect luster. Grading plays a huge role too. A circulated example might fetch $500 to $2,000. A near-mint coin graded MS 65 or higher. Suddenly you're in six figures. And if the coin has top-tier grading, it can soar to $128,000, the top market value right now. What most people don't realize is that the rarity isn't the only factor, it's the story behind it. Every penny has passed through hands, pockets, and wallets, making the journey of a no-mint mark coin almost mythical. Collectors crave it because it's tangible proof that mistakes in history, tiny errors, can become extraordinary treasures. Now, imagine your own collection. You might have thousands of pennies in jars, drawers, or old piggy banks. And one of them could be this exact coin, sitting unnoticed while everyone else spends theirs on coffee. That fear of missing out, it's real. And it's why collectors keep hunting relentlessly, knowing the difference between a common cent and a rare 1980 no mint mark could be life-changing. And here's a surprising twist: some coins carry errors beyond just the missing mint mark. Double strikes, die cracks, and off-center prints can appear. These anomalies increase collector demand even more. A perfect combination of rarity, condition, and errors can push the value into the stratosphere. That's why this coin isn't just money, it's freedom. Financial security. Wealth that can protect your family and allow you to live on your terms. Let's pause and consider this. A single decision, like checking your coins before spending them, could unlock unimaginable opportunity. Mrs. Jenkins almost skipped the garage sale. She almost spent that penny without noticing it. And she almost lost a fortune. Don't let that be you. Collectors have spent decades searching for these pennies, scouring change at banks, thrift stores, and flea markets. Every coin carries the suspense of discovery. Every coin has the potential to change someone's life. And this is the part that shocks even seasoned collectors. Even though it's been over 40 years since 1980, there are still unknown coins out there, waiting to be found. So, how do you identify one yourself? Look for the missing mint mark. Examine the strike, sharp lines, crisp details on Lincoln's bust, and clear lettering. Compare it to other 1980 pennies. And remember, grading can make or break the value. Even a tiny scratch can cost tens of thousands. But a coin in pristine, uncirculated condition. That's when dreams become reality. Here's the most important point: time is not on your side. These coins are rare. They're highly sought after. And each year, more collectors compete for fewer surviving examples. If you have a 1980 penny with no mint mark, waiting could cost you tens of thousands, or more. The moment to act is now. Check your coins before you spend them by mistake. Inspect your jars, drawers, and old collections. Your fortune could be hiding in plain sight. And finally, think about what that could mean for you. Not just money, but security, freedom, the ability to provide for your family, and the thrill of holding a piece of history in your hand. Imagine explaining to friends that one coin changed your life. It's exhilarating, isn't it? The key is curiosity, vigilance, and a willingness to discover. So here's my question: how many pennies do you own that might be ordinary to the eye but extraordinary in reality? Don't underestimate the power of small change. Because history has already proven, sometimes, the tiniest coin holds the largest fortune. Did you know that a single penny, sitting quietly in a jar or hiding in your wallet, could one day make you $123,000 richer? That's not a typo. Not a lottery ticket, not a gamble, just a tiny, copper coin that most people overlook every day. Right now, as you hear this, there are coins in circulation that could transform lives, protect families, and give someone financial freedom they never imagined. And yet, most people are about to spend them, without a second thought. Imagine this: a man named David was cleaning out his old desk drawer when he found a worn Lincoln penny from 1980. Most people would toss it into a jar of spare change, but something made him pause. It had no mint mark. It looked ordinary, but in that moment, David felt a spark. Something about this coin whispered, "You might be holding a fortune." And when he took it to a coin dealer, his world changed forever. That one penny, worth face value yesterday, turned out to be a rare 1980 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, one of the most sought-after coins among collectors, and suddenly, David held a small fortune in his hand. So what makes this penny so special? Why does a coin from 1980, seemingly ordinary, reach sky-high values today? The secret lies in the no-mint mark mystery. Most pennies minted in 1980 carry either a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But the rarest of the rare, the ones with absolutely no mint mark at all. These coins slip through the minting process in such limited quantities that collectors go wild when they surface, and here's where it gets even more interesting. Not all 1980 no-mint mark pennies are created equal. Condition is everything. A penny that has been circulating for decades, worn and nicked, might fetch a few $100s. But one in pristine condition, graded by experts as MS 65 or higher, can command 5 figures, or even 6. Some examples have sold for more than $123,000 at auction. That's right, a coin smaller than your fingertip could rival the value of a car, a down payment on a home, or a lifetime of savings. What most people don't know is how to identify these coins. Look closely at the obverse, the front of the penny. Check for the absence of a mint mark. Examine the strike. Rare coins often show sharper details on Lincoln's bust and the wheat ears on the reverse. Errors like double dies or slight misalignments can make the coin even more valuable. Grading is crucial. An MS 66 penny is not just better preserved, it's exponentially more valuable to collectors hungry for perfection, and here's the part that shocks collectors. These coins aren't just valuable because they're old or rare. They're valuable because the supply is shockingly limited, and the demand is soaring. Coin collectors and investors alike are constantly hunting for them. Every year, new buyers enter the market, driving prices higher. A coin you might find in your pocket change could be someone else's dream acquisition, someone willing to pay a small fortune. But let me pause for a moment. Imagine missing out on this. You spend decades accumulating pennies, never thinking twice, and one of the rarest coins slips through your fingers. That's the real fear, the chance lost forever. Which is why now, yes, right now, is the time to check every jar, every drawer, every coin in your wallet. This could be the discovery that changes your life. The story doesn't end with David. He wasn't a millionaire before he found that penny, but after careful grading and selling at auction, he walked away with a sum that provided security, freedom, and options he never had. He could take that long-dreamed-of vacation, pay off debts, and even create a nest egg for his children. One small coin became a catalyst for life-changing wealth, and it all started with curiosity and the decision to look. And here's a bold question for you. How many 1980 no-mint mark pennies are hiding in your house right now? Could one of them be your ticket to financial security? Could one of them fund your dreams without the years of struggle most people face? The truth is, you'll never know until you check. And checking is simple. Inspect your pennies, look for missing mint marks, consider grading, and you might uncover a coin that could turn ordinary change into extraordinary fortune. Now, a little humor before the cliffhanger. Imagine telling your friends that your fortune came from a penny. They'd probably laugh, until they see the check. That's the magic of rare coins. They hide in plain sight, waiting for the curious and the wise to find them. But here's the final twist. Not every penny will be worth a fortune. Many are just, well, pennies. The trick is knowing what to look for, acting quickly, and not letting doubt keep you from checking. Because in the world of rare coins, hesitation can cost you a fortune. So don't wait. Go through your old change. Examine your pennies. Look for that 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cent. This opportunity isn't going to last forever, and the next time someone finds a coin like David did, it could be too late. Your financial freedom could literally be sitting in a jar, right under your nose, and when you find it, don't just marvel at its beauty, understand its power. This coin isn't just copper and zinc, it's a symbol of possibility, a tangible reminder that life-changing wealth can be closer than you ever imagined. One coin. One moment. One decision. That's all it takes. So, what are you waiting for? Check your pennies. Protect your future. And if you want to uncover more hidden treasures hiding in plain sight, explore our other videos, because the next rare coin that could change your life is out there, waiting for someone just like you.